and welcome back again to another science talk by me, Edward. Today's topic of discussion is elephant toothpaste. You may be asking yourself, what is elephant toothpaste? Well, elephant toothpaste, despite its name, has nothing necessarily to do with elephants or toothpaste, but given its size and its texture, it is often compared, and it is actually a foamy product that's the result of water and air products due to an exothermic decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. And in fact, what's the science behind it? As seen here, H2O2, which is actually hydrogen peroxide, which you may see in your kitchen cabinets to treat wounds and injuries. And in this experiment, we're going to decompose hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. But traditionally, this doesn't happen without influence of a catalyst. But luckily for us, there are many different types of catalysts. One of the most common actually being yeast in the form of catalase. And through this, this catalyst actually speeds up the reaction so that we can actually see it at a good scale. And we can actually see here, as shown below, that it modifies the mechanism. A mechanism being the steps that are needed in order for reaction to be complete. So although we may see it and think that something goes from reactants to products, there's more than meets the eye sometimes, students. So, how do we get to actually making it? Well, we're going to need some things, but don't worry, you're not going to have to travel anywhere to find these things. They're relatively common. For instance, a soda bottle, a 20-volume hydrogen peroxide liquid, 1 tablespoon of dry yeast. Remember, this is very important. This is going to be our catalyst. Without the yeast, there will be no reaction visible. Tablespoon of warm water. It is important that it's warm because in order to successfully ensure that we have reached the activation energy or the minimum required energy need to bypass in order to promote a reaction, we need that water to be somewhat warm. Liquid dishwashing soap. This is going to promote bubbling and therefore create a nice foamy texture for us. A small cup for mixing, a funnel, safety goggles, and adult help. And I'd like to thank Science Bob for giving us this recipe and instructional guide on how to make elephant toothpaste. So how are we going to make this? Well, first we need to put hydrogen peroxide in the soda container. And once we do that, that's going to be our reactant. Then we're going to add our coloring dye for our nice aesthetics as seen in the picture. Then we're going to mix the yeast and warm water in a separate container. Those things are going to be essential because those are our catalyst. And then furthermore, we're going to funnel this yeast and water mixture into the soda container and watch the science experiment happen. Remember, students, always be very careful. Hydrogen peroxide, if it gets in the eye or skin of a student, can result in minor injuries. So please be careful and have fun.